A sudden shift in Los Angeles has everyone asking the same question: what on earth is happening with the Rams and their $10 million receiver Tutu Atwell? From unexpected injuries to swirling trade whispers to how this all shapes the 2026 draft, the situation has turned into one of the most puzzling storylines in the NFL. And today, we're breaking it all down. If you've been following the Rams, you already know this franchise doesn't do drama quietly. They make bold moves, they take big swings, and sometimes those swings come with fallout. Tutu Atwell has been a prime example of that. Once viewed as the next explosive vertical threat in Sean McVay's offense, he's now caught in a storm of questions, concerns, and speculation. Let's dive into what's actually going on, what's real, what's overblown, and what this means for the team's future. The Tutu situation didn't start overnight. Atwell entered the season with rising expectations. After showing flashes of elite speed and smooth route running, the coaching staff believed he could become a consistent feature in the Rams' offensive rotation. But then came the injuries. First, minor stiffness, then reported soft tissue issues, and then the kind of lingering, frustrating week-to-week designation that makes coaches pull their hair out. One day he's questionable, the next he's day-to-day, and then suddenly he's not practicing at all. This wouldn't be such a major storyline if not for the financial angle. The Rams committed real money, over $10 million, to secure Atwell as a crucial piece of their evolving offensive identity. That's not depth chart money. That's starter money, playmaker money. And when a playmaker isn't on the field, the microscope gets intense. Inside the organization, the tone is cautious but optimistic. They want to protect Atwell's long-term health. They've seen players rush back too quickly from muscle injuries and lose entire seasons. The Rams' medical staff is known for being conservative, especially with players whose value comes from high-end speed and explosive acceleration. They know that one wrong movement could turn a 4-week setback into a year-long one. But fans? They're not hearing conservative. They're hearing concerning. Add to that the sudden rise of other receivers on the roster. Younger players are stepping in and flashing unexpected chemistry with Matthew Stafford. When that happens, somebody naturally gets squeezed. It's not that Atwell lost his spot, but it's fair to say that the competition got a lot tighter. Then there are the trade rumors. Anytime a team pays a premium for a player who isn't producing or isn't on the field, other teams circle. They call, they ask questions, they check the temperature. Most of these calls go nowhere, and insiders suggest the Rams aren't actively shopping him. But the fact that the rumors exist speaks to growing league-wide perception. Teams aren't sure what Atwell's long-term role is anymore. And that brings us to the 2026 NFL Draft, an event that suddenly feels tied more closely than ever to this storyline. The Rams are in a fascinating position. They've rebuilt faster than expected, they've retooled their defense with young talent, and Stafford still has enough juice left to justify one more big push. But to complete that push, the Rams need clarity at key offensive positions, especially wide receiver. If Atwell rebounds and returns to form, it changes everything. It stabilizes the WR room. It buys time. It allows the Rams to spend high picks on defense or offensive line instead of hunting for another speedster. But if his injuries linger or his inconsistency continues, then wide receiver jumps up the draft board fast. The 2026 class is expected to be stacked with big, physical, polished receivers, the kind McVay has historically leaned on in big moments. And if it comes down to choosing between patience with a recovering Atwell or a fresh top-tier prospect on a cheap rookie contract, the front office won't hesitate. Right now, what the Rams want, more than trade rumors, more than speculation, is clarity. They want to know, is Tutu Atwell going to be the explosive chess piece they believed in, or is he a player whose flashes will remain flashes? If it's the former, this becomes a comeback story and a long-term weapon returns. If it's the latter, then the Rams' draft plans change dramatically. For now, the Rams are publicly staying the course. They're supportive, they're patient, they're framing the injury as manageable and emphasizing recovery. Meanwhile, fans wait. Analysts guess, and the market buzzes. But here's the truth. Speed receivers often deal with these sorts of lingering issues. Some recover and explode. Others fade behind newer, healthier talent. The next few weeks, and how quickly he returns, and how strongly he performs when he does, will determine everything. Because make no mistake, this storyline isn't just about one receiver. It's about the identity of the Rams' passing attack. It's about whether Stafford can rely on a full arsenal of weapons. And it's about how the team positions itself for the next chapter, especially heading toward a draft that could reshape the franchise. Whatever happens next, it's clear that the Tutu Atwell situation has become one of the biggest subplots of the season. The injury updates, the contract cost, the draft implications, they all weave together into a moment of truth for both player and team. If Atwell steps up and delivers, this becomes a redemption arc fans will love. If not, the Rams will pivot quickly. That's the reality of the NFL. Potential gets celebrated, production gets rewarded, and $10 million players get scrutinized. So buckle up, because whether this ends in a breakout or a breakup, the story isn't over yet. Thanks for watching, and if you want more deep dive breakdowns, injury updates, and draft projections like this, make sure you're subscribed and locked in. This season's drama is just getting started, and you won't want to miss what's coming next.